recording. I'll do this recording. I'll save this recording in a drive and I'll also share the recording. But don't depend on this recording. Always try to make a note. Okay, have one book and pen ready. So I'll share the notes, detailed notes, configuration notes also I'll be sharing. So along with that, so you can, if any doubt, so during the class you can ask me, you can clarify right away. And if you want to refer, yes, you can go back and refer to the recordings also. Okay, so that will be stored for 6 months to 1 year. So you can watch whenever required, but don't depend because you're spending 1 hour here and again you'll go back and spend 1 hour on watching the recording. That is a waste of time. Okay, only if required, then you can watch if you are having. Okay, so before we proceed, so we have to understand what are the few things to note. So we should have a notebook and pen. So which if you don't have, so from tomorrow at least you get one notebook and pen. Everything I cannot put on the system, like on the slides or the Word document. So you have to make a note of few things which I'll be discussing. Okay. So we have to revise the topics daily. So on laptop and server installation. So Ramanjan, so you are buying a laptop? You are planned for something?
It is in planning, Narendra.
You're planning. So you should have a
By
laptop
weekend, I
and
will get it.
by weekend you will get it. No problem. Within this week, you try to have this laptop. And for server installation, I will be sharing the details today of the vendor. So you should speak to him. He will install SAP into your system. Okay. So before you
Sure, sure.
buy any laptop also, you just check with the vendor, send the configurations to him. So which laptop you are buying, tell him. So I want to install SAP. Will this be okay? Okay. He will suggest. Hardly he requires some 200 GB for SAP server. So in a C drive. So I think 256 SSD is okay, or you have to go for 500 SSD. Okay. Just check with him. RAM, you require at least 6 GB RAM is required. So, or if you don't have a good laptop, if you are already having a laptop, you can take the server on rent. Okay. So he will give the server on rent. I think he will charge some 1,000 or 1,500 rupees per month. Okay, some 2 3 months is more than enough. If you take for 3 months, he will charge little less, 100 200 less. He will charge. So I can take the server also on rent. That is also a good option instead of buying or upgrading a new laptop. So you can use the in the existing laptop only. He'll provide a URL link where you can use SAP directly. And okay, I have added to a WhatsApp group. I'll see. So we have to be active on this WhatsApp group every day. So after completion of the class, so whatever the configurations that we do here, you are also going to do that in your laptop. You are going to post the snapshots here in the group, right? Okay. So what is SAP? Let's start with the class. SAP is basically an ERP. Right, ERP, we call ERP, in the sense enterprise resource planning. This is kind of a software, okay? Software that helps the business to perform their activities like accounting, procurement, sales, okay? So ERP is nothing but a software as simple as that. So which helps the business to perform its day-to-day activities, right? SAP is one ERP, okay? There are many ERPs like Oracle is one ERP, Civil is one ERP, JD Edwards, okay, Tally. These are all ERPs what we have in the market. So now SAP is one ERP or a software that helps the business, okay, to do its business, okay, or to make a transactions for their day-to-day activities, right? So what is the definition of SAP? So SAP is systems, applications, and products in data processing. Okay, what is SAP? Abbreviation of SAP, I can say. Okay, abbreviation of SAP is systems, applications, and products in data processing. This is not SAP. It should be pronounced as SAP. Clear? And so in SAP, so what we are going to learn? We are going to learn SAP, FI, and CO. These are two different modules, but we are clubbing them now. Okay, two different modules. We are going to learn FI, then we are going to learn CO. Not completely into CO. So we learn 100% in FI. We learn some 30-40% of controlling, because controlling itself is a separate module. So where there's a lot of things like product costing, COPA reporting, okay, profit center reporting, cost center reporting. So all these things we have, but yes, we'll learn FI and we'll also learn cost center, profit center reporting, all these things. Okay. Not very in-depth into product costing and not in-depth into COPA. Okay. But I'll give an insights how this product costing will work, how this COPA reporting will work. Okay. So even in the interviews also, they'll concentrate majorly on FI. If you say, so I have worked majorly on FI, so they'll ask the topics in that, questions from that topics only. Okay, FI topics. Okay, so once you are very clear on FI, if you get at least 2-3 years of experience in FI, then you can plan to go for controlling, learn controlling. Okay, because you need complete grip on FI, then only you can go for controlling. Or if you are a cost accountant, say like CMA, okay, or you have worked on some manufacturing companies, then you can go for learning controlling also. So what is FI? So FI is financial accounting. Okay, so this session is recorded. Yes, this is right. So FI is financial reporting. So which is required for external reporting, right? So this reports needs to be published to banks, tax authorities, stakeholders. Okay, if you are a listed company, then you have to give to register of companies also, right? So where we generate a financial statements like P&L, cash flow statement, balance sheet. So all these are included in financial accounting. What is controlling? Controlling is basically a management reporting, or we can say it as an internal reporting. Okay, management reporting. Controlling is we don't give any our internal reports, okay, to a stakeholders. That is for our management reporting. So what is the cost of the product? How much sales we have made? So what are the total? What is the total stock that we have in so our business or plants? Okay, all these things are part of controlling. Okay, so how are the businesses processed? Like in the sense, so we might have a different businesses, service business, product business. So all these are grouped into a profit centers or a business area reports, right? So those kind of things are handled using controlling module. Okay, basically it is for management accounting or internal reporting. FI is for external reporting. CO is for internal reporting. Clear? Financial accounting and controlling. These are two separate modules. Okay, we have so many modules like 83 plus modules in SAP like FI, MM, SD. So these are all functional modules. Clear? These are all functional modules that we have in SAP. Just give a minute. Right. So what are the roles and responsibilities of a FICO consultant? What do you do when you become a FICO consultant? So this is an interview question. So as soon as your interview is arranged, they'll ask this. What were your roles and responsibilities as a FICO consultant that you did? Okay. So as a FICO consultant, you are going to understand the business first. Okay. For any work, maybe if you are working in accounts, if you are working in HR, so or sales, first you have to understand what is the business. Okay. Here, so first step is understand what is the business. Then you are going to understand what is the business requirement. Okay. For implementing this software or for going for SAP implementation. So you have to understand the business requirement. Say like some companies are doing good in Tally, but now they want to shift to SAP, deploy SAP solutions into their business. But what is the requirement? Okay, if everything is good in Tally, why you need to go to SAP? Right. So because businesses are growing now, okay, they need a competent software. So for that, they require a good system that can handle the business, right? So you have to understand what is the business requirement of the organization to go for SAP. And with that understanding, okay, you are going to have a blueprint. Blueprint is something like any document, okay, that gives the complete picture of what is the business requirement and what is the steps that you are going to take to deploy the SAP solutions. Okay, it will have a complete details. Okay, so requirements as well as your solutions for their requirements. So that is a blueprint document. once this blueprint is ready, okay, maybe sometimes you may not meet all the requirements of the business. Sometimes they will say, I need 10 different depreciation areas, or they may say, I want my books in 3 different currencies. Okay, maybe group reporting I want to do, local reporting I want to do, okay, IFRS reporting I want to do. Okay, sometimes it is not possible to generate few reports in different currencies. So that is a gap. Now you are going to address this cannot be handled in this way. You have to go for a new non-leading ledgers. Okay, that solutions you are going to give, and you are going to put everything in a blueprint document. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, I am going to show you the blueprint document. Maybe if I have this Tata Steel, okay. Okay, this is a blueprint document of Tata Steel. This is for an example. Okay, this is prepared by DCHS Infotech. So first, they are going to list all the details. Okay, because they are going to migrate from Tally to SAP. Okay, they are going to put SAP as their software in their business. All right. So you are going to give a complete picture of that. Okay, what is the requirement? What are the modules that they are going to implement? They want accounts payable, receivables, fixed asset. So all these things are required for their business. Okay. And based on that, you're going to design the organization structure. So what is the company? So like if you're working for a DuPont big company, under that DuPont, what are the different businesses they have? And whether they want to put the business as a legal entity, okay, or they want to put the businesses as a profit center. Okay, that we'll discuss later. You're going to create an organization structure. Based on the organization structure, again, so you're going to create the company code, legal entities, all these things. Okay, and you're going to put everything in the business blueprint document. You're going to show them. So this is how the system works for you. Okay, so detailed explanation, okay, of their requirements. You are going to put everything here. You are going to put some snapshots, and you are going to explain them. Okay, actually you're not going to do the configuration. This is for a different company code. Maybe you already have set up some businesses for different companies. You're going to present them. This is how the system works. Okay, so this is the complete business blueprint. You are going to tell what is my chart of accounts. Okay, how GLs are used. Okay, so you're going to have a discussion with them. Okay, we'll learn more detail into this, how we are going to prepare a business blueprint. Okay, this is a sample of business blueprint. Once it is approved by the client, say like they are okay with this. Okay, this is how SAP system works, and you explain them everything in detail, and they are happy with that. Okay, this now we think that even deploying SAP will give a better solutions, will give a better business progress. Okay, once they agree, then you are going to deploy SAP solutions, okay, or implement SAP in their business. Right, first understand the business requirement. Based on that, you are going to create a business blueprint document. You are going to have a workshops with them. This creation of blueprint, preparing a blueprint stage will alone take at least 4 to 5 months. You are going to have a workshops with the client. Okay, every day, like how should be your GL accounts? How should be how assets are handled? Okay, in Tally. Now, how you want that assets to be handled in SAP? You are going to have a detailed discussion with them. So each and every stage you will discuss with them, and you will prepare a business blueprint. Once this is ready, job is very simple. You are going to create the configurations. Okay, you are going to do the settings in SAP. So once it is done, so you have to train the end users, right? You have to train the end users, say like they are into Tally, they are into Microsoft Dynamics. So you have to train them because they don't know SAP. Now you have to train them. Okay, how the system works. And once it is completely given to their production, in the sense, once it is deployed or SAP is implemented, then the users may face some issues. Okay, every day while doing some process, say like I'm doing some payment, I face some issues. Okay, so payment is not happening. So that kind of queries you are going to handle. Okay, why this payment is not happening? What is the problem? Technical settings. Okay, you are not going to address accounting solutions or there. You are going to address the technical solutions for the accounting team. technical solutions for the controlling team, right? And if there is any requirement, they say like, now I have only one bank account. I want multiple bank accounts, multiple payments to be done for all the vendors from a different bank accounts. They have a new requirement. Okay, so based on that, you are going to develop SAP. Okay, maybe SAP standard functionalities, they have not provided that solution. Then you are going to enhance that SAP package. Okay, you are going to contact SAP company and you are going to discuss that with business. Cost is involved. You are going to put some enhancements over there. All right. So these are the roles and responsibilities of a FICO consultant. So the job role will be very wide. Okay. So this process will take at least 1.5 years. If you want to implement SAP into the business, it takes at least 1.5 years to give a SAP to their business, right? So each and every process that we are going to learn here now. Okay, how we prepare a business blueprint, how to understand the business requirement, how to implement SAP. This phase will take at least 3 to 4 months. Okay, implementation in the sense you are going to deploy the SAP. Okay, do the settings for SAP. And end user training, this is also important phase. You will take at least 1 month. You are going to give the training to the users. Okay, and after deploying SAP, you will have a support period, hypercare support period, warranty period, 1 or 2 months you have to support them. Then if everything is set, then you'll come out of that project, you'll move to a new project. Implementation project will take at least 1.5 years. Okay, clear on this? Any questions?
Clear, Narendra.
Clear, right? Okay. So why you want to choose your career as a FICO consultant? This we have discussed. Okay, because you'll have a lot of opportunities. As soon as you leave a job, within 1 week, you should be able to get into a job. Few companies will bid for your position. Okay, they say you come to our company, we'll pay more. You come to our company, we'll pay joining bonus. You come to our company, we'll pay 30% hike. Okay, you should be good in knowledge. If you are like that, so there's a huge requirement for SAP now. Okay, and growing demand. Many companies, they are still in, they are not in SAP. Okay, and if you could take some big companies like GMR, DuPont, there are many businesses which are still not in SAP. They are into some legacy softwares. Okay, so like Tally, Microsoft Dynamics, Citrix, right? Now they all want to come to SAP. It takes at least 10-15 years. For next 10-15 years, there's no problem for SAP. Okay, at least. Yes, there's a huge growing demand for SAP. That is also developing now. SAP is also coming with new products for the reporting purpose or for new business insights. Okay. Right. So, and you'll have a good salaries. Okay. At least 5 years and above, if you are having experience, okay, you are going to show that experience. Even though if you have worked on accounts, you are going to show experience as 5 years, or if you don't have 2-3 years, okay, also you will show, then you will get a good salaries. Okay, 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs is average salary that you will get. Okay, and about 20 lakhs, so if you show like above 5 years, 6 years you are having, you can also go for 20 to 30 lakhs. Okay, okay, and you'll get a chance to travel abroad because these are an IT projects. So you have to have a discussion with the client for creating a business blueprint for implementing SAP solutions. There will be a lot of discussions which will not happen and you're missing. Okay, over phone or over Teams call, it will not happen. So you're going to meet the business, right? The main thing is you have to understand the business requirement. So you have to visit a factory, you have to visit the plant, you have to ask the sales team, you have to ask the procurement team how they want the solutions. Okay, what is the business process? So all these things to understand, you will also travel abroad. Okay, a lot of chances to travel abroad. Okay, and promotions, rewards. So all these things are very good in IT sector. There's no problem. Flexible timings. Sometimes you'll be overloaded. Sometimes you'll have a full free time. Okay, like today, see, like December, January, clients will not be there. You don't need to work. It's a holiday for you. Sometimes it will be overloaded. You have to work till night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Very rare. Okay, but you'll have a very good flexible timings. Okay, if you are working on projects, you'll have very good flexible timing. Work from home option, there's no problem at all. No need to go to office. Everything will happen over Teams now. Okay, because you are not a kind of like a group and you'll do it. So hardly 1 or 2 people will be there for that implementation of project. For FI and CO, there are 3-4 people. For SD, so entire team will make up around 100 people. Okay, but because you don't have a regular interaction with other departments, FI, SD, so and SD people, so no need to go to office. Also, you can work from home, right? Okay, as I told you, so we'll have daily recordings. I'll give configuration notes, interview questions. Okay, and anytime you can contact me if when doing the configurations. So if you face any issue, so you can contact me through a group or one-to-one, and I can also connect to your laptop using any desk. Okay, there is an option called any desk where I can contact you, take the control of your screen and help you if you have any issues with the configuration part also. Right. Clear? Okay, let us proceed. So what are the different modules in SAP? So I told you we have a functional modules and we have technical modules. Okay, functional modules are majorly categorized like FICO, SD, PP. So these functional modules you are going to directly impact the operations of the business. Right. So these are the major functional modules that we have. So we have many modules in SAP. SAP comes with a package now. Okay, where you have so many modules. Okay. And these are the technical modules. These people cannot directly interact with the clients. Okay, business. They can only help the functional module people because they are the key resources where they are going to contact the operations team and understand the requirements and provide the solutions. And if there is any technical issues happening here, they will take the help of these technical module people. Basis people, ABAP, HANA, okay, NetWeaver. So these are the technical. Ideally, this ABAP and basis people, you'll be working with them a lot. Okay, there is a new requirement. Okay, I want to have a new reporting structure. So you know the functional module operating side, but you need a system, some enhancement is required. SAP alone has not provided that standard functionality. So you want to modify the SAP package also. So who will do that? ABAP people will do that. And basis people will provide the security authorizations. Okay, authorizations and all, login authorizations, credentials, everything will be provided by security people. Okay, so we'll learn more into this. ABAP also, we'll learn few things on ABAP, right? So as I told you, so major transactions in the world happens through SAP. Okay, so almost 70 to 80% of the financial transactions in the world happens through pass through SAP system. Okay. So this we have covered during the demo session. That is, I'm little fast. Don't worry. So wherever it is required, we'll concentrate more on that subject. Okay, these some basics that I'm going to teach you. So why SAP is successful? Because SAP can integrate with the different modules. Okay, so where we have FI module, CO, asset accounting module, SDMM. So all these things come in one single package. If you buy SAP, all these things will come in single package. This does not happen with other ERPs, say like Tally, so or with Oracle. So we have to pay some extra cost to them for each module, and integration is also not so clear in them. Okay, that is the reason SAP is so successful. So when you post any entries in FI, that will get posted in SD. When you post any entry in that will get posted. Accounting document will be generated in FI. Material purchase will do. Okay. So accounting entry will be generated. Sales billing will do. Accounting entry will be generated. And controlling entry will be generated for reporting purpose. So all these are integrated one-to-one. Depends on the business whether you want to integrate QM module, PS module. If you want to do, you can do it, or you can make it as an option. Depends on the business. So ideally, you will do an integration with FI, FI SD, FI HR you will do, FI CO you will do, FI asset accounting you will do. Okay. So these are the at least few modules that you will have an integration. Okay, you are going to learn how we integrate FI to MM. We are also going to learn how you integrate FI and SDA also. Okay, and FI and CO and FI and asset accounting. These four modules. Okay, CO, asset accounting, SD and MM integration that we are going to learn in our class. Okay, these are not required unless you have this PP, QM, PS. All these things are required if you have a product costing. Otherwise, not required now. Okay. Any questions till now?
Narendra, can you go back to 12th?
Okay, right.
Narendra, here PP and PM both are same production planning only.
Production, no, plant maintenance. Okay, right. So this is PM, production maintenance, plant maintenance. It should be plant maintenance, right? So this is
Okay.
production planning. Yeah. This is an image that I copied. Okay, right, good. So PM is a different module, PP is a different module, QM is a different module, PS is a different module, depends. Okay.
Oh,
Right. So there are different modules. So many modules are there in SAP. So based on the business requirement, they'll go with that. Okay. So like now I am not into a manufacturing sector also. Okay. Or then I don't need to have a production planning. I'm only a trading business. Like we have one company, right? Sole. So that only have a trading business. We don't require PP module also. Right. We only trade the goods. We'll buy the goods, we'll sell the goods for profit. Right. And when you don't have a manufacturing company, you will not have many assets also. So like now many service-based companies, KPMG, Accenture, all these are service-based companies. They don't own any assets. They'll take a building on rent. They'll take all the workstations, including laptops on rent. They don't own any assets. They'll give the service, take the money, pay to employees. If no project, they'll send them to home. Right. So you will not have an asset accounting module. So they only go with a FI module and HR modules. Right. Okay, it depends on the business. Okay, today we'll understand more into the different types of projects that we'll have on SAP. Okay, when we learn SAP, so what are the different kinds of projects that you will get? Okay, so you should be working on an implementation project. Implementation project, what I told. So you are going to do the detailed analysis of the business requirement, do the business blueprint, then deploy SAP solutions. Right, all these things will be a part of implementation project. You have to understand their system first. Okay, they are into Tally. Say like Tata Motors, they are into some Tally software, and you are going to install SAP for the first time in their business. Right, so you have to understand the requirement, why they are moving from Tally to SAP. Okay, what is the business process that they are following now? You have to understand and prepare a document. Right, anything. Whenever you understand something, you are going to make a list of everything. Right, and that list or that document is called blueprint. Okay, based on that blueprint, if everything is okay, you will take an approval. Okay, simple way I'm explaining. Okay, but this process might be little complicated that we are going to understand, but I'm explaining you in a simple way. So once you understand, you are going to make a note and you are going to prepare a document. You are going to send it for an approval. And that becomes your business blueprint. In the business blueprint, you are going to explain to the client that how you are going to design the organization structure and how this SAP works better. So if you, as per your design, they may ask for a changes in the design. They say like now, I don't want this to be as a profit center or a business. I want this to be as a separate legal entity. Okay, then you remove that business from that. Okay, so it depends how you discuss with the client, how better you can provide some solutions. Okay, so now they are into Tally and they are moving to SAP for the first time. So this kind of project is called implementation project. A lot of discussions are required for this. Okay, it takes at least 1.5 years to do that. Okay, now if you are into rollout project, say like few companies are already, few businesses are already into SAP. Okay, from your say like Tata group of companies. So Tata Motors is already working on SAP. Okay, now Tata Steel CEO found that Tata Motor is doing well with the business and they also want to implement SAP solutions, Tata Steel. Okay, they are also not into SAP. Okay, now they also want to go to SAP now. Okay, seeing the performance of the Tata Motors. Now they will say, because Tata Motors and Tata Steel both are in India. Okay, so you copy most of the things how you have done for Tata Motors, then you can do the SAP implementation for Tata Steel also. Right. So they will have a reference company code. Ideally, you will have a reference company code, and that kind of project is called rollout project. Here, discussions will be very less. It's not less, it is little less compared to implementation project because they don't have anything here. They don't know what is SAP. Now, Tata group of companies, they know what is SAP, how it works. So you don't need to explain too much over here. You can tell the example of Tata Motors, how they are performing the business. Same way you will also do here, Tata Steel. The product may be different, but business process will remain same, right? So you are going to take a reference of this company code, copy all the kind of settings that you have done, kind of solutions that you have implemented, right? This is a very easy job. If you go to a rollout project, they'll say, this have SAP, copy most of the settings like that. You'll copy and do that. Okay. That is called rollout project. Same client is your Tata group of companies now. Okay. And different company codes, different businesses, right? Or it can be a subsidiaries also. That kind of project is called rollout project. So first, if you get placed into rollout project, you are the lucky person. Okay. Support project. Okay, say like now you have implemented SAP, you have done a rollout for SAP. Now both the companies are in SAP. Tata Motors and Tata Steel, both are in SAP. Okay. If both are in SAP, then they will get some issues. Okay. Right, during some process, business process, maybe during some vendor invoice booking, vendor payments, intercompany accounting. Okay. There are asset accounting. They want to buy assets, but they'll get some issues on day-to-day activities. So you're going to extend your support, okay, through an AMC project, annual maintenance contract project. Okay, all right, support project. You'll be working as a member in that team where you are going to address the issues of the business users or the end users. Right. So all these projects you are going to put in your resume. Okay, so like I'll show a sample of your resume. Okay, maybe maybe. So this is how you are going to put the details in your resume. Okay, maybe you're having 3 years or 5 years, whatever, but you are going to put, you have done one implementation project, support projects, and some rollout projects also. Right. And you'll maintain which clients you have done support projects. Okay. Which clients you have done implementation. Okay. Genpact, you are working through Genpact and you have done an implementation for GE Norway, right? General Electric Company, Norway. Okay, you've done implementation for that company. So what were your roles and responsibilities? Same thing. What we have discussed, analyze the detailed business process, right? And we have got the requirement. We have prepared the business blueprint, okay, in the form of business blueprint. Once it is approved, we have done all the configurations, okay? Configurations, in the sense settings that you are going to do in SAP, okay? All the configurations on all the submodules of FI. FI includes all these modules: general ledger, accounts payable, asset accounting, bank accounting, right? All these things you have done the configurations, and then you have provided the hypercare support also. Okay, end user trainings also you have given, right? See, end user testing, end user training, and all these things. So after implementation, you have provided them as support also during the hypercare period. So this is how you are going to put all these details in your resume. Right. This is on the implementation project. From the support project, you are going to address that whenever users face the issues on day-to-day monitoring the tickets. If they face any issues, you are going to address the issues for them. Right. Or whenever there is a new requirement, you are going to do the enhancements. Okay, by checking with SAP, by checking with technical team, understanding the business requirement, you are going to develop new solutions for that requirement. Okay, those are called enhancements. Right, this is the roles and responsibilities of support project and implementation project. Rollout project is same as implementation project. Here you will not have anything in implementation project. You don't have a, okay, some company which is already in SAP. So you have to discuss everything in detail. But in rollout project, you will have a reference company code, right? So there you are going to, your job is very simple out there. Okay. But roles and responsibilities almost remains the same. Discussions will be less, little less compared to implementation project, but roles and responsibilities remains the same. Right. Any questions here? So now you are going to change your resume like this. You are going to put implementation project and support projects also, and rollout project. Okay. Any questions? So that is why it is very important that you should learn in detail about how this implementation project, rollout project, and support projects will work. Okay. Clear on this till now? Saujanya, so Ramanjanelu, Chandra, Barney. Right.
It is good.
Now, so let us understand how we develop this system now. Okay, before we move on to the configuration or the detailed understanding on the implementation of the SAP solution, we have to understand what are the technical requirements for it. Okay, so where you are going to do that? Can we do that directly when the business is working on Tally? Can we go and directly ask them, okay, you stop working on it, then we'll directly implement SAP? It is not possible, because for you to understand, do the testing, implement solution, and everything to be done, you require at least 1.5 years, right? So for that, you'll have a 3 different system setup now, okay, which is called system landscape. System landscape is nothing but the arrangement of servers. Okay, so this is the production server, okay, the final server where business will work. Okay, but before that, you cannot directly come and do everything here. So what you have to do, you have to start from the development system. You are going to develop the solutions here. Then you'll move all the things to a quality system or a testing server. So once you move everything to a testing server, then you'll do the testings here. Okay, all the configurations you will do in a development server. Then you'll move that settings to a quality server. In quality server, you are going to carry out the testing. Okay, if everything works fine, then only you'll move all the changes to your production system. And before you ask the users to do a transactions, you will train them properly how to handle this SAP, how to do the transactions, right? So complete training will be provided to them because they are into Tally. They are now going to SAP. Complete training will be provided to them, and then you will tell them from maybe tomorrow or from December 1st, you are going to use SAP in your business, right? So for that, you require a system landscape to be arranged. Okay. So one is development server. You are going to start the configurations or the settings in development server. So all these settings will be moved to testing server. You cannot test everything here. Okay. So you have to move the configuration settings, everything to a quality server. Okay. And after quality server or testing server, you are going to do all the testing, like make some payments and check, make some purchase orders and check. Okay. Make some intercompany transactions and check. Everything you will do in a quality server. So if all the transactions are working fine, then you will move the changes to production server after user trainings are provided. Right. So system landscape is nothing but arrangement of server, which includes your development server, quality server or testing server and production server. Clear? Now, consultants will start with the development server. You're going to develop the solutions, SAP solutions, right? So configure in the development server. And all these configurations will be stored in the form of transport request. Okay. So because you have to move some settings from development to quality system, how do you move them? So that settings will be stored in the form of a request. Okay, a request number will be raised. As soon as you save something here, a request number will be raised. Okay, and all the settings will be captured in transport request. Okay, in the form of tables. Okay, that we are going to learn in detail. Okay, I'll show them. Okay, when we start configurations. So configurations, you are going to do it in a development server, and those configurations will be stored in a transport request in the form of tables. Okay, just give me a minute, don't mind. Okay, right. So you are going to do the configurations in the development server, right? And it will be stored in the form of a request, which is called transport request. Okay, because you are going to transport from one server to another server. Okay, this will be stored in the form of tables. Okay, right. And this TR, okay, when you move to a quality server, what you are going to do there? You are going to test the solution, right? You are going to do the testing for all the configurations or development you have done, right? And from there, again, so once all the testings are successful, you are going to again move the same request number from quality system to production system. Once you release this transport or move the transport from quality to production, so all these configurations will be carried to a production system. And what happens? You'll provide the authorizations to the end users and they will start doing the transactions. Clear? But one thing here to observe, these consultants can move the settings from development to quality. But from quality to production server, in the sense production server, in the sense the screen what you work, the business will work. Okay. If you move something wrong here in production to production server, what happens? A lot of transactions may go wrong, business will suffer huge loss. All right. So that is the reason you cannot directly move from testing to production server. You have to take the help of a basis team. Basis team, they will move the changes from quality server to a production server. Okay. And while moving the changes, okay, they will not directly accept your requirement and they will not move the changes or configurations to production server. What they will do, they'll ask for an approval. There will be a change manager. They will ask for the change manager approval. And change manager, what he will do, he will ask you the documents. Okay, give me what are the tests that you have done in the quality server, what configurations you have done, what are the testings you have done, give me the test results, everything. So he will have a look of everything. Okay, so he will go in detail. What is the requirement, what configurations you have done, and what are the testings that you have done, and what are the test results. He will have a detailed look into that, So if he feels okay, then he will give an approval. And once you get an approval only, you'll send that to a basis team, and that team will move the changes to a production server. Right. So once it is moved to production server, then users will start working on that, right? So it is not so easy that you can move the changes from development to production. Development to quality, do all sorts of testing, have the test results in place. So once you got all the results successful, then you will give to a business also. Okay, business should also test. Okay, so whether all the settings are correct or not. Business will also do testing. You will take a result, successful results from the business also. Okay, there will be some users who will do help you in these projects. Okay, from the business, and you get all this detailed documentation. Then you give it to a change manager approval. So once he approves it, then you are moving the changes from quality server to production server. Clear? Yes. Any doubts here? You have to understand this process, change movement process. This is called change movement process. Right. Any questions? Saujanya, so Chandrasekhar, Barney.
No.
Oh, Narendra,
Hmm.
one question I have, you said, right, cost approval or something will approve the
Hmm.
to move from quality to production. So
Yes.
before moving, will they check each and everything or?
Yes. So whatever the test configurations that you have done and what are the testings that you have done, all the results are successful or not, then they may suggest for further testings also. If change manager feels that you have not done a proper testing, they'll ask you to test on a different scenarios. Okay, maybe you have tested only using input tax. He may ask you, okay, these changes you have done tax configuration, but do the testing on output tax also. Get the results. Okay. Okay, I'm happy you have tested everything, but what about the business? Business users, are they happy with your testings? No, you contact them. You also ask them to test different scenarios. And business users, they will also test, and they will provide the documents to you. Okay, what test they have done, what are the results. If you face any issues during testing, or if the business face any issues during testing, again, you will go back to development server, do that changes, again move that changes from development to quality system, again you will do the testings here. Till you get a successful result, still all the scenarios are tested properly, you cannot move the changes to production system. You cannot give the documents to a change approval manager. Okay, this process is very important. Change movement process. Doing configurations is easy, doing settings is easy, but doing the testings is a difficult task. Okay, convincing the business is a difficult task. If everything is okay, convincing the change manager to move the changes, to approve for your changes is a difficult task. He will not say okay so easily. He will tell, have you tested on this scenario? You're not tested. You have made only local currency payment. Have tested using foreign currency payment. Have tested using another bank. Have tested using another vendor. So I'll ask so many, okay, test results or different scenarios to be tested. Because once it is moved to production, you will not have any control on it. Business will start working on that and they will do all kinds of transaction. If something goes wrong, you are responsible for it. Right. That's why they will do a validation check, complete validation check. This will take a long time, at least 1 to 2 months. You will do a testings only. After rigorous testing, you will do an integration testing. You will do regression testing. Everything you will do here. Okay, there are different ways of testing. Okay, maybe you have done some configuration for one company code, and you never know that this may impact the changes for other business also. So like DuPont, under that you have different company codes. The changes, whatever you have moved to quality system, that is impacting the other company codes also, your development. So don't know. So you have to test for all other businesses also. Whatever the businesses, they are already into SAP, you have to test for that businesses also. That may impact other company code changes also, right? So he'll ask, okay, you tested for your company code, fine. Have you tested for that company code? You will ask why. Don't know, because your changes may impact other company code which is already in SAP. You have to do the testing for that also. With all these things, you'll go to a change manager approval. This process is very critical. Settings are very simple. Getting approval is very difficult. And you'll have a time period. They'll say, no, by December 1st, we'll start using SAP. Move all the changes quickly. Okay, there is a hurry over there, but the testings are still pending here. All right. So this we'll understand. So when we do, okay, real configurations, tomorrow we'll learn on what are the different phases of implementing this SAP, okay, deploying these SAP solutions, what are the different steps that we have to follow, and what are the activities that we'll do at each step. What is business blueprint, how it works, what are the requirements, how to gather the information. So all these things we'll learn tomorrow, okay, in this SAP methodology. Right. Clear, everyone? So at least on what are the different types of projects and what is the system landscape. Yes, you got at least some idea. That's fine. If you get some little idea, that's fine. So when we start working on it, so you'll understand. We'll discuss this again and again. So we'll have a lot of revision classes. We'll have a complete end-to-end discussion again and again, interview preparations. So you'll have a good understanding on each and every topic. Okay, by the time, so when you think of attending an interview, you'll have everything stored in your mind. Okay, that is my responsibility. Okay, clear? So are we good? So to close this call or today's class, if you don't have any further questions. Okay, chalo then. We'll connect tomorrow. Okay, again, same time. Okay, maybe, yeah, I'll share these notes in the group so you can access these notes. And if you get a time, just go through these steps. Okay, so topics that we are going to cover tomorrow, just go through these steps so that you'll have some understanding for tomorrow's class. All right. Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.